We start things off with Watts going one-on-one with Eli Drake. Let's head to the ring.
The following contest is sanctioned by the National Wrestling Alliance and is a singles match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, this is Watts!
Todd, you mentioned a longtime Hollywood Heritage champion in Watts. He secured that title last year at the Red Carpet Rumble, and unfortunately, he's coming off of a significant loss. So confident that he put his title up for an open challenge. He was defeated in a huge upset by Ray Rosas. This is the first time that we are seeing Watts in action since that time.
And Watts dominated that matchup. Rosas caught him, the veteran, and Watts not happy. He's kind of been off the grid, but saw this as a huge opportunity to return.
And introducing his opponent from Hagerstown, Maryland, weighing in at 234 pounds, Eli Drake.
We heard from Eli Drake last week on the premiere of Primetime Live, and now stepping into the squared circle. Always an electric atmosphere when Eli Drake is involved. And look at Watts just staring daggers, staring down Eli Drake. Ooh. Yeah, don't turn around, you won't like the view.
You're right. It's like in a horror movie, my goodness.
It's like that? Okay. I heard what you said.
These two go way back.
All that noise. I heard all that noise. What'd you hear? Chirping. You like to chirp.
Well, I do like
you
to
like
chirp.
to talk.
I do like to talk.
You like to talk. We'll see. All right. We'll see. We're going to see.
Well, I'll tell you what.
A little bit of a war of words here. Watts saying you like to talk. Eli Drake answering, I do like to talk. They're going to do their talking in the ring. There you see some sportsmanship. And they have a foundation of friendship and sportsmanship that might get thrown square out the window here. They go way back since the early days of championship wrestling from Hollywood.
You can hear the fans at home chanting for Watts.
Oh.
You got to believe.
Watts saying you can hear the fans at home chanting for me.
Watts.
But these two do go way back.
Watts.
And originally championship wrestling from Hollywood, Alyssa.
Eli Drake.
Oh, do we hear him? Can you hear him at home?
I can hear him if they use the hashtag Primetime Live to tell us who they're rooting for.
There you go.
Eli Drake. Am I right? Yeah. All right, yourself.
All right, here we go. These two circle, two big heavyweights. As I was going to mention, championship wrestling from Hollywood in its inception was known then as NWA Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. Both of these guys mixed it up with then World's Heavyweight Champion Scrap Iron Adam Pearce back in the day, but they never had a one-on-one contest. Of course, Watts still a big fixture in the United Wrestling Network, and Eli Drake, one of the top stars in the National Wrestling Alliance.
Now, Todd, they have, as you said, such a long history, friends for over 10 years, but collected in that ring is over 2 decades of experience. You've got to imagine that each one, even though Eli Drake said there were no hard feelings between them, each one is going to have to try and prove themselves to themselves, but also to the other.
Yep, friendly competition, but a huge opportunity for both. Obviously, Watts wants to skyrocket right back into championship contention. We saw the 10 pounds of gold on the line last week in our main event. Certainly both would love a shot at that. We saw the West Coast Pro title defended by Hammerstone as well. We'll see many championships from many promotions right here on Primetime Live. Eli Drake having a little fun in there.
Having a little fun. We hear the fans at home saying, yeah.
We're good. We're good. It's one for you. It's one for me.
You know, this almost reminds me, the end of Rocky, when they, when Rocky and Apollo, just two friends, are like, we got to do it. You promise, ding, ding, and let's fight. Let's see who the better man is. Friendly competition. But both, oh, look at that, putting on the brakes, and that might be the X factor in this matchup, Alyssa. The sheer power of Watts.
Now, Eli Drake, his conditioning is impeccable, but Watts, he has the power.
This is Watts.
Well, there you go.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Imitation, maybe not the sincerest form of flattery. This matchup is sanctioned by the National Wrestling Alliance. So again, a huge matchup in terms of trying to be right in the top of contention. And both these guys are great veterans, great pros, and they know how dangerous their opponent is. You don't want to make a pivotal early mistake. Nice roll up here by Eli Drake, gets the big man down, but it's a tough proposition to keep the big man down for a 3 count.
That's absolutely true, and you got to wonder what's going through the head of Watts. Most recently, last time we saw him, he was storming out of the Ocean View Pavilion, looking in
Come on, you're really
not
gonna
the
get
best
hot
kind of
about
way.
that. You're really gonna get hot about that.
Oh boy, this is starting to get personal.
Just like you. You kicked me in the face. Typical. You kicked me in the face. Yeah, no.
You know, Eli Drake said it himself, sometimes friends hit hardest. I think these two are going to find that out the hard way. Big shot by Watts, shoving him off now is Eli Drake. Watts in the driver's seat here, Alyssa. Look at the power.
Oh. Eli Drake slammed hard.
Big sidewalk slam. Watts showing why he was the Hollywood Heritage Champion for over one full calendar year. Big follow-away slam, just launching Eli Drake through the air. And as you know, Alyssa, this ticket usually gets booked as a round trip. We'll see if Watts follows it up. Watts is just stalking Eli Drake at this point in the matchup.
What's up, Eli?
There's definitely a feeling that things are getting a little bit personal between these two longtime friends.
Opening up the offense now is Watts. Physical attack, verbal attack, wide open right hand by the big man. And I don't care if you are Eli Drake, I don't care who you are, you can't eat too many of those. And Drake now starts to battle back.
Oh gosh, trying to cut off the air supply, the windpipe of Eli Drake is Watts.
Oh, here we go. It took a while. There was a little delay at the airport for the round trip, but there it is, the second big fall-away slam by the big man and Eli Drake. When is the last time you saw Drake manhandled like this as Watts goes for the victory and only comes up with two?
That's a weird choice, Eli.
Eli Drake was talking earlier about a return to the old normal, returning to the prominence of Eli Drake, the prominence of the National Wrestling Alliance, but Eli Drake has really got to wrap his mind around how to get past Watts.
These two never faced over 10 years, and maybe if they had, and maybe if Watts had dominated, Watts would have gone on to superstardom. Watts would have gone on to world titles. Watts has always kind of had a chip on his shoulder, although he's held major titles in the United Wrestling Network. This is a huge showcase opportunity for the big man, and Eli Drake is showing what he's made of, though, surviving and weathering the storm, but he's got to do something to battle back.
Well, think about it, Todd. If you're a longtime friend, you're not thinking about, you know, you're being supportive towards your friend.
Not inside Thunder Studios.
Not right now.
Not when the bell rings. Oh, don't tell me there's going to be a third. And there is the trifecta, a painful trifecta for Eli Drake. This is turning into a nightmare for Drake, courtesy of Watts, who is in dominant control of this matchup. This is not what I expected.
This has got the steak and the sizzle.
The tots on this are just crispy and they're flavorful.
This will keep you out of my tots.
Sonic Extra Long Ultimate Cheesesteaks. Yeah, this might keep me out of your tots.
In 2 weeks' time, Memphis Wrestling is back. Whew, my heart flutters every time I say that. I'm so excited. It's been a long time coming. Stay up to date and informed on all the latest Memphis wrestling news, including roster updates, where to buy tickets, and our all-new Championship Wrestling store featuring brand new designs from Memphis's newest wrestlers. Find it all at championshipwrestlingmemphis.com, and of course, our premiere is in just 2 weeks, but our first live tapings are tomorrow at Top of the Line Banquet Hall in Memphis. If you score tickets, doors open at 1 p.m., bell time is 2 p.m. Come hungry for Tops Barbecue and Three Guys Pizza Pies. And if you don't have tickets, don't miss out on March 7th TV tapings too. They are limited tickets still remaining at championshipwrestlingmemphis.com. Choosing Pro Shingle is like picking the perfect tag team partner, right, Dave?
You got that right. It's simple and easy. They'll even file your insurance claim for you.
Give them a call. Tell them Dave and Dustin sent you.
901-258-6503.
Last week on Championship Wrestling.
Those ribs, might as well put some barbecue sauce on them. They've been cooked. Looking for that symbiote DDT, though. Caught by Martinson. Martinson's got him up. In the launch position. What's Martinson doing? Oh, my God, out to the ramp. My goodness. PHK is using his environment unbelievably. The ramp, the ropes, and now a Buster on the ramp. Excuse me. Turn out the lights. The party's over. And the guys in the truck going to be busy because there would be a lot to look at in this thing. And there it is. He calls that the manifest destiny. That's how he put him away, Alyssa.
Carl Fredericks was absolutely incredible in this matchup, but Slice Boogie, we can't put past Slice Boogie for even just staying alive against Carl Fredericks.
And here you see the challenger, Priscilla Kelly. You get this, from out of the ring to the ring in her basement. She's got a ring in her basement where she's been training ever since, getting ready for this huge championship opportunity. La Mera Mera on her destruction tour, and it pulls in, makes a stop here in Thunder Studios for Primetime Live, that championship match sanctioned by the National Wrestling Alliance. This though, the counter, got to be careful here, into a fireman's carry. Oh, look at this Death Valley driver by the champion. They continue to battle, and now saying it's the beginning of the end. Maybe Thunder Driver.
Oh no, but Priscilla Kelly, dumps Thunder Rosa back, goes for the cover to be the new NWA Women's Champion. No!
Just can barely stand, let alone dish out more punishment. Another knee by the champion. Now this time picks up the momentum, and immediately, Hell's favorite Harlot resurrects herself again. Oh, looking for it. There it is, Thunder Driver on the money, center of the ring, and finally puts her away.
All that and so much more on the fastest hour in pro wrestling. Watch in full at youtube.com/championship wrestling.
Yeah, you play rope-a-dope with Watts, it's gonna be more rope and less a lot of dope here, and obviously Eli Drake, no dummy, charges, rockets out of the corner, and the big man is down and bewildered, and this might be a huge opportunity for Eli Drake to capitalize here, Alyssa.
Eli Drake quickly finding the strength to get to his feet, but no! Oh my God!
What a bang play that was, caught him into the overhead throw. Is that gonna do it?
Oh my God.
Watts would rather throw you than know you. Think about it. 3 fall-away slams. Now that big over-the-head, belly-to-belly. Usually Eli Drake is the powerhouse in any match he's in. He is not used to getting thrown around like this.
And Watts, if you look into the eyes of Watts, there is just such a fire. And you got to wonder if he is seeing maybe Ray Rosas in Eli Drake, someone that is standing between him and his title, something that's standing between him and the prestige. And we want to hear from the fans at home using #PrimetimeLive to tell us who do you think is coming out of this match alive?
Well, usually Watts was always uber confident. He was always cool, calm, and collected because he was on the top of the food chain. But that's not the case since losing that Heritage title. You mentioned storming out of the Ocean View Pavilion. We haven't seen him in weeks. Friends have been trying to get a hold of him. Eli Drake gets caught like a baby, gonna get maybe put down for a 3-second nap, 4th fall-away slam. Dominant performance, career-making performance perhaps by Watts if he can finish the deal.
But is there a certain,
Big head scissors takedown there by Eli Drake, desperation move. Eli Drake, Alyssa, is gonna have to dig deep into his playbook.
Eli Drake is gonna have to dig deep into his playbook to get onto his feet.
Double count here. I mean, this thing has been hard hitting since the opening bell. These two big guys, absolute decleaters, just taking each other off their feet. Who wants it more? It looks like Eli Drake, maybe getting his second win here, gets back to his feet first after that head scissors takedown. And he's quicker to the punch right now than the big man.
Eli Drake almost able to suss out the strikes from Watts, and quick counter from Watts. Eli Drake over the top.
Nice balance there by Eli Drake. Look on the charge, oh my God! The athleticism, Timber cuts down the giant Sequoia there. Wow!
But did Eli Drake just take all the wind out of his own sails with that? Able to duck the clothesline? Big leg sweep from Eli Drake.
Takes him down, side Russian leg sweep. We mentioned earlier that Eli Drake's not used to getting thrown around. I guarantee you, the big man Watts is not getting used to getting taken off his feet with a single shot like that flying clothesline off the ramp. Look at the athleticism. Eli Drake, better than ever, catches him with the power slam. Is that gonna do it? My gosh, Herculean effort by both.
Who in the world power slams Watts? I can't wrap my mind around it. I'm sure Watts is shaking as well.
3 words for you. Eli Drake, that's who. Unbelievable. Used the momentum. A true pro. Got the big man rocking and rolling, charging out of the corner. Took him up and over. Got full rotation. I mean, Watts is damn near 7 feet tall. I mean, it just almost didn't look humanly possible to execute that move, but Eli Drake found a way.
Eli Drake found a way because he's been 8 months on the sidelines. He's been locked down. He has all this pent-up energy that he is now expounding on Watts.
You mentioned it. Eli Drake taking it back to the old school, as he said, and this has been the tenacity of the old Eli Drake, that never say die. Uh-oh, got caught there, got throttled by the big man. Eli Drake was trying to keep that momentum going with the athleticism, able to break the grasp. What a battle. Toss fight indeed. Huge boot.
Oh my gosh.
Lights have got to be out, and he's not done. Doesn't even elect to go for the cover there, Alyssa. Going to keep things going. Uh-oh. You may dispense with the pleasantries.
Oh my gosh.
Choke force by Darth Watts. It almost sends him to the Death Star. How did he get out of that?
I'm flabbergasted at the fact that Eli Drake just kicked out after a choke force straight to the mat. Watts asking him why. Why did he kick out?
Well, a little talking there. Nobody gets out of that. You talked about it earlier. Who power slams Watts? Eli Drake. Who can kick out of the choke? Back and forth. We've been asking this entire match because we are absolutely astonished at the power and athleticism of these 2 great heavyweights. The answer is Watts and the answer is Eli Drake. They haven't gone at it for 10 years, but this is one hell of a fun fight to watch. Unbelievable. Eli Drake, though, is in big trouble here. You know, he did kick out, but was that last-ditch effort?
Was that all that was left in the tank of Eli Drake? Eli Drake looks like just a pile of bricks, barely movable.
The referee checking with him there because he's got to be able to intelligently defend himself. The referee could elect to call for a TKO here if Watts is unable to continue. I mean, if Eli Drake, rather, is unable to continue. Drake just trying to pull, Watts trying to pull him off the mat here. Drake is just completely lifeless.
Now Watts adding an extra bit of mockery, literal insult to injury. Watts just biding his time.
Well, and I think, there is, I was going to say there is friendship. Maybe he doesn't want to, to pile on if Eli Drake is hurt, but that sign. No, he's not doing this.
Watts is calling for his music. This is shades of squash god Watts with that confidence.
Yep, he would get confidence. He would call his shot. Oh, but there it is. The gravy train pulling into the station out of nowhere. Wow.
Here is your winner, Eli Drake.
Todd, Eli Drake said that Watts was going to be standing in the way of the gravy train, and sure enough, here it is.
Pulled into the station. I don't know that it was scheduled, though, because Watts was in total control. Let's take a look back at the action. Got overconfident, took too much time, and you can't sleep on the defiant one. The gravy train into the cover gets a very, very hard-fought victory.